Hey there everyone, how's it going today? We are back with another Dead Cells video. Today it is going to be a bleed run. It's mostly a Queen's Rapier with, I think it's makes the victim bleed was the effects it had on it. But, it's just a lot of bleed stacking. Brutality, super fun. I was trying to get a tactics video for this, or tactics run for this video, but I was having trouble just getting my groove with tactics. This is about a week old footage, so I have started to pick it up, but I kind of wanted to do this one. I was getting demolished by death. This fight I'm still struggling to learn a little bit. I'm starting to get a little bit better at it now. I've done it a couple of times since this video, but yeah, I was just struggling with it, and I think I was just a little mentally tilted by the fight. And trying to brute force tactics, and just mad that I couldn't get a win against him with tactics. And I will be back to fight him. It's gonna happen. But I was like, all right, I had one more run in me in the day. I was like, I'm gonna try again one more time, and then I ended up seeing just these crazy this crazy starting tube that had, I want to say, throwing knife, blood sword, ice armor, and face flask in it. So I was like, all right, let's just. The game is giving me this. It's just giving me this layup, and I should take it. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump into the run, and we will kill some enemies. All right, so jumping into prisoner quarters, it was a knife dance that I got, not a face flask, but I do find a face flask later on, somewhere in prison. I think I actually buy it from the shop because it's like, what else do you need besides a low level face flask? You don't need it to be a level 12 or anything. But I was like, all right, the game is just kind of giving me the the bleed build, so I should just take it and have a low stress run. I say low stress, but I still go back to death because I was like, I still wanted to get my revenge on that fight because I had lost it a bunch. But yeah, I'm just using the I believe I talked about it in my last video. But the hold to attack, that way I can always have my throwing knives going in between my swords. So it basically is not quite as, easy and efficient as dual bind, which dual bind is still in custom mode. I just prefer to play on normal mode. But yeah, if you still want to dual bind, you can do that. Very easy. Take advantage of it. I honestly should. But yeah, I head towards the I don't remember the name of this map. It's the Castlevania. I just always call it that, right? But end up getting a pretty solid dual scroll early on, which is pretty good. I did do a little bit of that like RNG manipulation, and I get 2 dual werewolves / rampagers because that's what they are. Not too bad, but get a good drop on my melees. I still don't have a red necklace, which is a little unfortunate, but I can make it work. Having a little bit of bulk isn't that bad anyways, so it's fine. People will always underestimate having, like, I probably would have, I probably wouldn't have died there, but it would have been close. I probably would have killed him, but it's like, there is a benefit to having, your scrolls off color, which means you can, it gives you more mess up room. I jumped down into this room, this a little bit later, and I obviously get the face flask, which isn't going to be super, super great early on because I don't have Vengeance yet. But I do still have the electrocutes nearby enemies affix on it. So it's still pretty, it's still pretty solid. Other than that, though, it's a fairly easy run through the map. I took a couple of, pot shots here and there, but nothing too scary. I do believe I end up accidentally, I end up getting hit again, and I don't think I use a potion just yet, but I do know I use a potion fairly early on. There's me accidentally using my face flask on my ice armor. So, great use. But yeah, I finally get into Dracula's castle, and I think this is where I end up using the potion, because I'm like, alright, let's not lose another run to being an idiot. Let's just play it safe, and I know that as long as I can get past death, I could probably beat this run with no potions, because I'm going to be going my super, super big comfort route. So yeah, I'm like, use the potion, don't be an idiot, and at this point, I am starting to struggle a little bit with the level 4 blood sword. It's still fine, but it's like, I would like to get a new blood sword if possible. That way, you know, because I think I'd gotten new throwing knives already at this point, and I was just trying to get my rhythm going. But I finally get a pretty solid amulet there. 2 red and green, really good. And I start running through the rest of the castle, going pretty good. Kite that crab up, and then I think this is where I end up seeing the weapon we'll use for the rest of the run, which, I think it's this guy right here that drops it. Nope, I am a wrong idiot. It's probably that elite, if I had to guess. But yeah, at this point, like I said, my blood sword was falling off a little bit, but I end up seeing this Queen's Rapier. Makes the victim bleed and bonus to bleed. I'm like, that's too good to pass up. So this is still a bleed build. I was like, I can't abandon the bleed build. The game told me run bleed from the very start, just in my tube. So I was like, all right, fine. I will take the Queen's Rapier because it's still part of the bleed build, and I have a pretty strong setup between that and the throw knife. I actually like Queen's Rapier a lot. It's just a little bit slow on the start up, but if you can get past that first swing, you're set. So I end up getting melee on it as the final mutation, and just give a little bit of room so you can see the build and I can explain it. But yeah, I end up going with melee vengeance because of the face flask, obviously, and open wound. So this is just gonna let the Queen's Rapier really, really start to get the most out of its value. I'm not sure why I was pausing there for so long, but yeah, I end up going into the death fight, as that is the only thing you can do from this route. I do wish there was an alternative route to death or an alternative boss you could go to from here, but it's not like that big of a deal. Just, don't go this route if you don't want to fight death, right? And yeah, we get into the death fight. So I'm feeling fairly confident. Like I said, I had to use my my health pot, so I'm all bummed out about that, but I end up missing that. I even knew that he always comes to that spot always, so I should have just rolled in the back left. But it's fine. I'm doing really, really good damage. Obviously, I have Face Flask and Vengeance, and just a ton of bleed stacking. So I end up taking him down really quick here. There's couple more swings I need to get done on him, but yeah, pretty solid death fight. I'm glad. I needed a big one, not just like a squeak out the one very close. I needed to just roll him over, and that was good for my mentality. Like I said, haven't fought death a lot. I'm not sure which outfit this is, but you can tell just by that outfit how rarely I fight this boss. Yeah, it's like, all right, from here on, I'm just going my comfort route. I do think it's important to keep your comfort routes in mind. If in case you're not having your best run, you can just go into a map that you feel really, really comfy on and just run through it. Stilt Village is that map for me. It's just everything's so squishy and grouped up that you can just run them all over. Hold the W key on them the entire time and just burst them down really easy. So after that, I believe the next thing I'm really looking for here is a strong throwing knife, because I think this throwing knife is like, not bad, but it's definitely like the weak part of my build, because you really don't need a upgrade on your Face Flask or Ice Armor. If you find them, it's nice because they give more damage reduction, but yeah, I end up going into this weird little room here to fight this failed experiment. Kind of a awkward little fight where I'm like, I'm not getting hit by that crystal. I'm just gonna play it safe and slow. But other than that, Stilt Village, really not much to talk about. Every enemy dies super quick, so you can just, sprint at him and run him over. Oh, I do get tagged by that rampager there. Unfortunate, but Stilt Village has a food shop, so it's not that big of a deal, right? I assume I ended up going to that food shop to heal up. So for the curse, I took it a little slow. I scouted out all the areas around to make sure, I could actually find some enemies, it appears, and then I'm ready to go. Yeah, well, there's me scouting out this. I scouted out that room prior, you can tell, because the lamp was active. I was like, yeah, I didn't want to lose this run, because this is the scariest part of the run left remaining. And I was like, I really wanted to make sure I get the win on this video. And I knew if I, beat this curse, I'd probably be set. Unless I found another curse, then it'd be scary. So yeah, clear the curse up. Not too scary. Bit of a long hallway, which is always rough for a curse, but get through it. Other than that, Sepulture is another comfort pick map for me because it's very similar to Stilt in that a bunch of medium-ish HP enemies are all just clumped up together, so you can just use really strong group pop and power in this map. My scroll count looking pretty solid so far. Could be better, but not bad at all. And we are just running through Sepulture. Nothing too much to this map, like I said. Still looking for that throw knife, I believe. I think I got it by now because those knives shoot flames. Yeah. Other than that, though, this was a pretty solid map. This is a little bit of a scary room. Could have messed up there just diving into the water. But last thing that kind of happens in Sepulture worth knowing was this section right here, I believe, where I am clearing it out and I start to go a little deep into the darkness. Actually, no, that was just me clearing up some enemies, I believe. Should be the section right after this. Yeah, this one right here. I'm clearing this section out, and the darkness starts to get to me. I stay in here a little longer than I probably should. And I'm seeing it, so you'll see me quickly open my map here. I don't notice that lantern right there above me, but I open my map and I'm I see the exit there, so I just, kind of run over there and then kite the enemies down. Kiting is really strong still. One of the hardest things to, wrap your mind around at first, but once you get it, it's so good against enemies. Giant, he's a pushover. It's Giant. No fight against Giant has ever been hard. So, just kind of really quickly burst him down with Vengeance, plus all the bleed stacks, plus Queen's Rapier's, Omega high damage. I am gonna have to dodge the rocks, but the rocks aren't that bad. I saw someone the other day say they fall in a fixed pattern, which I believe, but I didn't know that. So that's good. If I ever, am not lazy, I could learn that fixed pattern. That way I make sure I don't get hit by them. But yeah, Giant, I actually do show off because I end up taking the legendary item I get in the door. Also get a new face flask here, I believe. Yes. So, a little bit of damage resistance, a little bit more fixes. Not bad. Not anything major. But I was looking at my stats and I was I'm just going to go to Hand of the King. I'm just going to skip straight to him. I don't want to... I don't want to deal with High Peak or any of those maps right now, so I'm just gonna go straight to it. But yeah, I'll look inside the legendary door, and I will be replacing my ice armor with Maria's cat. I actually like Maria's cat a lot in general. And I was that's pretty funny. It's just a giant cat, and it'll help out in the final map, out inside the Astro Lab. So jump into the Hand of the King fight. I rerolled my affixes on my cat. I cut that footage out, that way you didn't have to watch me looking through my build a bunch. But oh no, the cat fell. But yeah, Hand of the King, not too bad. I have a lot of damage, so I can just run him over pretty easily. That first attack is almost, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but he almost always does it. I do get tagged by that. I was a little annoyed by that, but not a big deal, right? Other than that, though, I have more than enough damage to finish the fight off here, and excellent use of Maria's cat there to hit that air. But yeah, big thing about Hand of the King is just counterattack him, because he tends to take a long time between his attacks. So take him out, not too bad. I end up re-rolling my mutations going into Astro Lab here. I tend to do this a lot for Astro Lab, where I'll take something like Disengage plus Necromancy just to have a bunch of sustain going through the map. And because the map hits really hard, so it's just all I really need is the damage from Face Flask to roll through this. And actually the electrocution from Face Flask is gonna be really strong here. At some point I did get a new throwing knife, I believe, or I re-rolled this one. But the one I have now has a bleed propagation, which is really nice for this map. I was I'll just re-roll it going into a collector. So Astro Lab, all in all, really not that hard. especially with bleed propagation plus a pet. Pets are super helpful in this map. But yeah, Astro Lab pretty easy. Final build, it looks like I have a shots, flames plus bonus to oil knife, and my Queen's Rapier never changed. No sense in rerolling that thing, right? So I decided I wanted to go like really heavy on my damage. I think disengage was probably the smart thing to take, but and you can see me kind of even looking through it. I'm like, what do I want? But it's like I decided I wanted to go point blank because Queen's Rapier, if you don't know, actually activates point blank on the crits unless they change that. I don't think they did though. So I was like, you know, super heavy damage here. I did leave a little bit of you know, dead space in the video here in case, you know, people don't want to see the final boss fight. I know I spoiled it already, but it's a 7-year-old game, right? That's kind of my philosophy. It's like, come on, you're not watching my channel if you don't know. And maybe you are. Let me know if that bothers you that I spoil the fight against Collector here. But yeah, final build is really strong. I got the cat. Summons are pretty decent against bosses, all things considered. And it has bonus to bleed and burning, and it spreads oil, so it's like, it's just set up for success against this with my build. Cat's just slowly walking past him. It's pretty funny. It's off. It's out of here. But yeah, final fight against Collector. Let's see how it goes. I haven't done this fight in a while, so I was a little, you know, I was mindful of it. I do unfortunately get hit by the grenades there, so no hit. But that's all good. We obviously have a really good damage already, so I'm not super worried about it. If you don't know, you can roll against that wall during that and dodge that attack. And I've already taken out 2 health pots, so I'm like, yeah, I'm set here. I don't use my Vengeance pot right away. I'd rather use it on this section right here. That way I can set him up for the 3rd potion immediately. And there we go. Nice and easy. So now what we need to do is get a little bit more HP, and he will always drink the potion. Do need to be careful of this. He does attack me a little bit, but that's fine. I did say, I was like, let me see if I can beat him without using the potion and get him down to 1 HP, but then he hits me, so I'm like, alright, whatever, I'll stop being an idiot. So yeah, use the potion and take him out. Overall, really fun run. Bleed builds are always fun, pretty easy. I was glad I got my revenge against Death, and then Giant, who cares, it's Giant, he's easy. But yeah, pretty fun. Had a couple of misplays, still getting in my groove back, but I did enjoy this run. I hope you all did as well. I do have some videos that I have ready to go, I just haven't edited them yet, so hopefully I will have time to do so. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.